Hello and welcome back into Ankh Plays. We're returning to Dwarf Fortress in our ongoing series that tells the story of Anvilseal, which is just a small outpost at this point in the civilization of the Tapered Irons, but the dwarves here are hardy and they are set to try and make Anvilseal something amazing, something for the Tapered Irons to feel proud of. We're going to start by checking in on Kib, Dance Labors. Kib retired from mining after a collapse and a very debilitating leg injury. And it looks like, she's made a full recovery, which is amazing. But she has retired from mining. We're letting her do pretty much whatever she would like in the fortress at this point. So what happened last time? Well, we've been working on our dwarven power plant. We're a few logs short, as you can see, of getting enough windmills to run our dwarven mist generator, which will be set up right here. We also started building an enclosure for our pasture, which is going to be just out here. There's quite a few animals roaming around in here, and we hope to have a few more. But as you can see, we're building some walls out, and then we're going to throw a roof over the top of it. We're not going to get this entire space roofed or covered by the end of this episode, but we're going to do our best to cover as much as we can. So we get the dwarves started on some tasks here. And I think Kib has been helping us with rhyolite blocks, which is great. And this is something else that I think we want to do on this particular episode. That's going to be Hopeful Glaze's workshop here, and we want rock statues to be made. Can I do that in this workshop? I cannot. It's going to be in the stoneworkers workshop? Yes. So the Stoneworkers Workshop is where we're going to make those statues. There's a few things that I'd like to do for that. So maybe we'll wait on those statues. I'm not going to jump right into that just yet. Let's check on how the miners are doing. They're just wrapping up, hollowing out this second section. Fantastic job, guys. I think it's time to now dig this down. Oops, dig this down. Let's do something like so. Yeah, see, I'm glad I checked. It actually might have been okay, but... Yep. Okay. Don't want to dig out those stairs either. Just in case. So if those of you who are following along last time, we did have some difficulties with some stairwells that were leading up to the dwarven power plant, up to the dwarven power plant, and it looks like this is a known bug within Dwarf Fortress. So I guess I probably should have known because I've run across this issue before. Be careful with making these digging designations, or since there's plenty of dwarves nearby. Anyways, it's something that I think should be fixed in the game. It seems like it's been here since the Steam version released, which is the version with the graphics that we have here. And while there's plenty of other really great qualities and features that have come with the Steam version, I can't really say enough about how much I recommend it. That is something that I think I would appreciate having fixed. I missed that notification. We got this camel back inside. Not to be confused with the backpack that contains water. One-humped giant camels lumbering about inside the fortress. I think last episode we had one up on the wall here next to Mebzith's shrine. All right. So let's talk about the goals for today's episode. I think obviously we want to finish the power plant. We're expecting traders to come sometime in mid-autumn, so that's just about a season away. In fact, it's almost exactly a season away. And after we finish the power plant, we want to put the mist generator online. And like I said, we need statues for that. That's the last piece. And then we've got exactly what I was talking about a few minutes ago with the pasture here that we're actually working on as well. And we're just going to keep making these rhyolite blocks, using them up to make these walls and floors to kind of give this thing some type of, I don't know how you say it, but some type of uniform look. That's what we're going with. Lots of dwarves coming up from this direction. Where are you guys coming from? What's going on here? Let's see if I can figure you out. Where are you coming from? Oh, we're running down to plant seeds. Okay. So that might be something that we should try and fix as well, because this is a long trek down to our little farm here. And for some reason, the dwarves are not using this path, which would arguably be the safer path. Going down through the fortress here and, coming up here, they're going outside. So that tells me that that's a little bit shorter of a path. So it might be something that we take into consideration. Maybe we can do something about remediating that, giving them a faster path to the farm. So I'd prefer them not walking through the untamed wilds out here. Boy, you guys are cranking out the rhyolite blocks. This is great. I think we'll try and run this one here. I only have one rhyolite left for now. Probably try and come along through here, right along this guy. Leave it at that. Hopefully that's enough space for the pasture. And we have a total power of 100. This is from the windmills coming from upstairs. We've got 5 windmills. We need just a couple more logs in order to be able to build our 6th and 7th windmill. On this map, windmills produce 20 power. So we are 1 power over the necessary... we're on 1 power over needing 6 windmills, so we'll need a 7th. So I think that's going to be 8 logs. We got Considerate going there. And I think we probably have some time to talk about what the plan is for this fortress. Now that we've got Elath's children starting to come of age, some of these folks are, able to actually contribute a little bit more in the fortress. The eldest one came of age last episode. If we go look at her eldest son, that's Unib Valarel. I'm probably saying that wrong, but here he is. He's working away down here, channeling out the next floor below what we see here. And I think this is actually going to be the residence hall, which is where most of the dwarves will actually stay. So once we've got this channeled out, we'll probably, you can see we're getting a lot of, this is granite and phyllite and microcline, which is a beautiful blue when you use it to build things. Some opportunities there. But I think what we'll want to do is make this a kind of a meeting hall and an area where the dwarves can socialize. And we might look at turning this into the entrance to the fort, since we're already going to have a bunch of stuff built out here. Right, as you can see, we're kind of like building this up for the pasture, and then once the pasture has been built, we can start kind of leveling this and have the fortress rise out of it. Maybe there's some things that we can put on top of this, but I'm kind of thinking of just keeping it clear for the most part, because you don't want to block the sunlight that goes through the not clear glass panels, or the not clear stone panels, if you will. So I think we can continue on this wall here. Let's get this done. These dwarves are definitely motivated. And to me, it's quite surprising how much you can actually get done with a very small number of dwarves if you give them enough resources to do what it is that you need them to do. And actually, now I'm thinking about this, the animals are just going to be able to climb out because there's these ramps all along here. So I guess that's where we'll start putting roof first, so they can't climb out. But let's get it enclosed first, obviously. And at some point, we'll have to move the dorm. We'll probably move the dorm somewhere down here, I think. And I'm always really bad at managing these slopes and the walls after you start channeling things out. So, you know, there'll be probably some flubs there too. Hopefully we don't flood the fortress with magma, as we've got magma all the way along here. Magma is a fantastic resource, but it's a little bit dangerous. Some people might even say that water is more dangerous than magma. I'm not convinced. Dwarves can swim in water for at least a limited amount of time. If they get exposed to magma, or even the spray from magma, obviously they're catching on fire. What was that notification that I skipped that I shouldn't have? Here's the cave wheat. These guys are planting seeds. That's great. We've got pigtails coming up. More pigtails coming up. There's actually quite a few relatively happy dwarves here, too. It's kind of surprising. Our drinks have hit our... We've hit our minimum on drinks. Food seems to be teetering just a little bit. Let's take a look at the kitchens and see what it is that we're allowing them to cook. Obviously, no cooking the seeds. You can brew sweet pods. We could brew pigtails. I think I'd prefer not to brew the pigtails, though, just because you can use them for clothing, and we're going to need that as we're in our second year. Cave wheat, obviously brew it. We could mill the cave wheat into flour, but yeah, as you can see, we're running kind of low on. Yeah, we have a very, very limited food supply. So we're going to need to acquire some food. I think we can make it. It's late summer, so it's the beginning of the last month of summer. I'm hoping our trade caravan comes back, and I really hope that we can trade up for some food. Food and logs. That'll get us kind of to where we're where we need to go. Also, I think that we might be able to tunnel into one of these places up here. And this is all supposed to be pasture, but we might go ahead, kind of looking at the mountainside here, we might go ahead and just do some tunneling into this area here and make some underground crop area, and then drop our farmer's workshop. So this can end up being a very easy place for milking, a very easy place for harvesting crops, getting thread, so on and so forth, right? And then those resources can be transferred down to perhaps a kitchen area that is built out, a kitchen and brewery area with stockpiles, and then we can feed the main fortress when this becomes the hall that we need it to be. So I'm just going to look at stone crafting here. Let's go to labor, stone cutters. So Kib the miner, this is, I'm not even going to try and say that last name, or the surname here, but Kib the miner, I think I'm going to have another stone workshop built, and we're going to have Kib carve some statues for us as well. Let's check on the progress of this guy here first. Kib's been busy making blocks, just like going to town over there since she's been taken off of mining duty. We've got some milk there, so that'll make some cheese. We also need a place to put all of this stockpile stuff. You can see there's a ton of gems here that still need to be cut. And, oh, look at that. This is so great. So we don't have a big enough stockpile to store all of our cut gems. That's what this is here, this nightmare. But we've got people that are cutting gems, so this is good. This means that when the trade caravan comes, we'll have some high value stuff to trade them, and then hopefully we'll attract some more migrants. It would be nice to see just maybe another round, like not too many. I'm not really ready to grow from a personnel point of view. Let's just do rhyolite blocks since I've got 14 of them. That's going to be Kib's. And then we're going to do floors up here. Let's start flooring this up. Rhyolite's not my favorite looking of the stone, but it'll do. Okay, running out of cade-weaved seeds. Can't make cheese. Yeah, okay. It is what it is, guys. We got to make it through. Fortunately for us, the drink situation is fine. And if we look at the pasture, we might be able to... These guys haven't... We haven't had a baby sheep yet, unfortunately. But we did have... Once this yak calf comes of age, we'll probably slaughter this bull and have a feast. What is this dangerous terrain? What are you talking about? Oh. Okay, so we canceled that, but it looks like you mined it anyways. What's going on? Why are you going so slow? Oh, he's hauling rhyolite. Why are you taking rhyolite from down here? It doesn't even seem like there's rhyolite down here. There's mica. I guess there is some rhyolite. Have we exhausted? Dude, there's tons of rhyolite up here. What's going on? All right. I'm done with you. Let's add a worker to this workshop. It's going to be Kib. And we'll do some rock statue. Now, what we can do with this, and we're going to, is we're just going to do these one at a time, and we're going to think slowly. We're going to think about them. We're going to specify the stone. I'd like to do it out of a lunite, so we've got kind of like almost a Neapolitan look going on. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, there's a type of ice cream here that's called Neapolitan, and it's vanilla, chocolate, and strawberry. Don't let the pause fool you. I did know it. I just had to think about it for a minute. And then we want to do some related to site. Can we do Mebzeth? Not from this menu. Historical figure, existing image, specify new image. Creature, dwarf, female dwarf. Okay, so let's delete that. Let's delete that. Not creature. I haven't done this before, so I was going to try and play with this for a little bit. Play with this and see if there is... Leave editor, discard data. Historical, related to site. Civilization. We'll try civilization. Nope. And for those of you who don't know, Dwarf Fortress has a very, very involved and procedurally generated world. And this might be our dwarf here. She's one of the first of her kind. Mebzeth Guild Drinker. Damascosac. And I want to do something with that. So was that a historical figure? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, how do I tell? Okay, so we're making a statue for her because of obviously she's fallen into this volcano a couple of episodes ago, as you might have recalled, after triggering a collapse. And the dwarves have been talking, and this volcano is now known as Noshtath. And for those of you who don't know, Noshtath is Dwarven for the Devourer. Oh man, these yaks will not stay. They just want to wander, man. What's going on? Okay, so they won't be able to get out along here, or here, or here, and then once this is done, that's blocked off from the volcano. That's good. Just need to do this section here. That Lunite statue is done. Let's check that out. Drop that statue right up here in this corner. Statue of Mebsith Guild Drinker. Can't think of a better way to memorialize that dwarf than doing that. Let's make another one. Specify, whoops. Let's specify the image. And I think we'll just make a couple of other ones, a couple of other of our founding dwarves. Erish Idgim, our expedition leader, seems like a good dwarf to memorialize. Rocks Twists. Okay. Who else? I feel like our manager. Asab. Musad Kukbuk? Musad Kabuk. Asab Musad Kabuk. Oh, procedurally generated names, you make me laugh. Okay. Go with Lunite. The image. Chased Lance. That's much easier to say. We've got that statue being put up by one of Alath's children. And then if I'm going to be honest, and I might regret this later on, but it seems like our legendary stone crafter, the first dwarf to realize this was the land of opportunity and that things were going to happen in Anvilseal that were going to be very special. It seems like she deserves being memorialized as well. So another Alun. Oops, that's Cobaltite. I don't even know if we have that. I've forgotten her surname. And none of these look familiar, so let's go look. Xenosphicod. Okay, so that's going to be our 4 statues. Perfect. And what are you doing, Asab? You're making blocks. Good dwarf. Okay. This is going to be a huge project, getting this thing covered. I hope we haven't bitten off more than we can chew. But it's looking good. It's definitely looking good. And after this, we'll be like just a couple of tiles away from being able to say this is all enclosed, and then penning things will end up being down through this hole and then coming up the stairs. We'll still need to work on the roof. But then I think I'll actually have the miners come up here and dig some of that out. Right now, I don't think we're hollowing out anything here. Yeah, we've completed all this work. So the residence hall is starting to take shape, which is great. Once these statues have completed, it looks like they're working on it. We've somehow captured a whole bunch of camels. I don't know what to do with these guys. I'm probably going to have to look up on Google to find out exactly how to handle these things, because they can't just wander around the fort like this. They stink. They make messes. They tromp through everything. It's just not... Why do we have this cheese making job that just won't... It keeps failing. Let's find out. Make cheese. Not satisfied for next check. Okay. I'm not going to worry about it then. I think it's just a timing thing. Like they don't milk all the animals at once, and so the cheese making job doesn't kick off. But as you can see, the... we have so much booze. Look at all of the booze. That's great. We're almost out of food, but it is almost the end of summer, so... One more statue. I think we can just start deploying these statues. Let's get them out there. You know what? That will be saved. Let's put the 2 leaders down here in the southern portions. Got some more rhyolite. Keep throwing that floor up. Let's do that. Oh, 23. It's like you don't pay attention for just a minute, and then they just go crazy. They crank out a whole bunch of them. There we go. That's going to do it. I think I'm going to have them put some flooring along here, too. So we just fill in all of this stuff so we can safely tunnel into the mountainside for our farmer's workshop. So we're really hoping for a big trade, a big advantageous trade on this particular, this second trade year. Autumn has come, so hooray for autumn. Yeah, you can see they've already started pathing around because it's less convenient to come out this direction. So that's great. Good job, dwarves. Put some flooring up here. Oh, I don't have enough rhyolite still. And hopefully we get enough logs for 2 more windmills. And then, of course, some additional beds. Because that dorm is going to get really crowded. It's going to get very crowded if we get a migrant wave at an inopportune time. I'm not quite ready for it. I'm trying to get a couple of big projects done. This might be a little bit more of a greedy play. But having an established, reliable meat supply. You know, these guys aren't coming out. They're not getting out anymore. They're all in here. They're all pastured. This might end up, if I'm being honest, this might end up becoming just overgrazed and picked clean, right? It's just bare. I'm kind of worried about that. I don't know exactly. We'll find out, I guess. There's all the rhyolite blocks. Okay. And I think what we want to do is take down these constructed walls here. Actually, all the way through there. Probably these as well. We're going to move slowly, though, because they're putting floor tiles up here. So I don't really want to Yeah, we got a bunch of rhyolite blocks back. See, because no one can climb up that, right? That's sheer right there. If an animal climbs out, I'm going to laugh. We'll take these guys out. The idea here being that we're gonna secure this once again, but we want to be able to dig this section out. What did I just tell you to do? Let's blow that away. Cranking those rhyolite blocks out. I don't think I've ever played... It's either a new thing or... I can't tell you what it is, but it's... The wolves are absolutely unnerving. They've done a great job with the wolf sounds. The wolf sounds. Let's get this cracking here, guys. We got 170 food still, so we're doing all right. Ooh, look at all that horn silver. I don't think I've seen that before. Interesting. And just because we do need to do this, now we got plenty of rhyolite, so let's kick this off, guys. Let's get it going. Yeah, we're just going to fill this in to make it kind of look uniform. I don't know what we're going to do on top of it. That's like a tomorrow problem. It's a tomorrow onk problem. I think I want to floor this area off too. These dwarves are probably kicking themselves going, why the heck are we spending so much time taking care of these animals? Yeah, look at that. That's great. Oh, there's some zircon. Yeah, once this floor is done, I'll probably take this wall out as well. I might actually just take all of this out. Okay, and here comes the trade, which is great. A caravan from Timnardatan, make of that what you will, has arrived. So I'm guessing that's our capital, or the what would be known as the mountain home. Making rhyolite. The outpost liaison, Feb, Let Mosler, and a trade caravan has arrived. Okay, so we've got some work to do in that regard. So let's handle that. Man, I don't know. I think I actually really screwed this up here. I could have done something much smarter and just done that. And then just put flooring over here. And then I can go further back if I need to. But we've got a trade caravan, and we've got stuff to do there. So let's handle that. Let's get down to the trade caravan. Our broker's there, but we need to move some goods. I didn't write down what it was that they wanted. I'm guessing we're not going to be able to provide it unless it is gems. But hey, you know what? We've got a good supply of them. Dear God, yes we do. Oh yeah, look at that. Plenty of dwarf bucks going around this time. I'm taking all the stuff out. I don't know that I'm actually going to trade all of it, because this is... we have enough to basically buy the entire caravan if we want to. So this is going to be like, let's flash as much wealth as we can here, even though we don't give it all to you. I don't think the game really cares about that, but in my mind, it's a fun gesture. And the dwarves will get to haul a whole bunch of stuff, which, okay, sure. Yeah, everyone stopped mining because they've got to haul all that stuff out to the trade caravan, which is fine. You can see them all bringing stuff out here. Oh my gosh, yeah. And while they're doing that, we can just do the diplomacy. So this is going to look a lot like what we did in, I think it was the first or second episode. So the expedition leader, Erish Idgim, meets with the outpost liaison, Feb Letzmuller. I am your liaison from the mountain homes. Let's discuss your situation. Erish says, okay. The world is the same as ever. Okay. And make requests for next year's caravan. Bet you can't guess what I'm going to ask for. At least what Erish is going to ask for. Once I find logs... I don't even care, just any logs at this point will do. I have not seen it yet. There it is, wood. So it's wood in this menu, but logs when the items come in. Go figure. And if we import our wood, well, the elves that are nearby, I think the elves are to our north. They're not going to care. Let's see. Can we find some meat on here? We're not quite to the point. You know what? Anvils. Give us some steel anvils if you can. I feel like we're going to be able to make steel in this place. And then I would take some bins. Oh, you know what we might do is we might just splurge. And whatever they have in bins, we buy whatever it is for the bins. So we at least have a couple of bins to toss around. It'll be great for the gems. Okay, drinks, cheeses, powders, fish. Sure, bring us a bunch of fish. Wow, that's a lot of not fish. Cave fish, which are barely fish, pond turtles, and lobsters. Whatever. It's fine. And looking for meat. Looking for meat. Nope. Meat, there it is. Yum. And because... Hey, Bay 12, can you give us a select all on this menu, please? Okay, thanks. Oh, dude. I'm just gonna select a bunch of these. But I don't care. That's fine. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch of stuff. Like, we just piled Santa's list with probably too many things, and we haven't necessarily been nice. Like, we've killed off one dwarf who was a citizen of the Tapered Irons, and we've seriously maimed another. Okay, getting back to what Feb's talking about, let's discuss what we are willing to offer for your crafts dwarf ship. A need for blocks and crowns. Okay, so year 43 trade. I have my notes right here. So year 43 trade, I could make blocks, which, no, I'm using my blocks, but we can certainly make some crowns. And those are going to pay double. This export agreement only applies to trades next year, not with any merchants currently present. So you got a year. We're going to stockpile a crap ton of crowns. Elath is going to be so busy making crown after crown after crown. Okay, and that's it. Okay, well, thanks for the meeting. It seems like things are going well. We still have a bunch of items that we need to transfer over, but the trader is ready to go, so that's good, I suppose. We're not done mining here either. That's all right. We're moving gems around, guys. It's fine. No, don't mind. Don't mind there. I was just going to say broker. I know he's sleeping right now. He'll wake up, and then he'll come back. Yeah, we're going to have so much stuff to flex on him here. This is bad. Just dump this pile of gems on the table and be like, what are you leaving behind? And I think largely we've got a pretty happy fort. You know, we haven't really gotten to the point where... Oh, we may as well wait for everything. But we haven't gotten to the point where we've got dwarves in seriously bad moods. I mean, we've got one that's kind of disenfranchised a little bit. And I think this is one of the children, like we talked about last time. So that's quite all right. Kids who have to do chores have a tendency to be very... What's the word? Recalcitrant. That's a good one. We'll go with that one today. And you can't always just say, hey, go do more chores. Do you have a bad attitude? Sometimes you just have to give them a little bit of a break. All right, so I'm going to put a bunch of our 40s. These are the gems that we'll trade first, the ones that have a value of 40 here. And what this is going to do is hopefully get us to a point where we can just buy whatever, take whatever we want. Right? Obviously, we're going to clean them out on the food. There's a couple of thousanders. Let's hold off on that. Some 300s. I think this is the higher value stuff. Good Lord, look at all of these thousanders. We'll save these for encrusting into our own stuff. So, wow. They brought a ton of logs. So, yoink. Give me all of those. I think we want some chains, although I don't think I need a 1,000 value pigtail rope. There's an alpaca. Not super interested in that. Seems like we could use a barrel just to store wine. A couple more cheap picks won't hurt us. Apricot chest. I don't really want to use wood for that. Here we go. Here's the bins. This is the stuff we want. Give me the bin. Give me the other bin. This, coincidentally, this will help us... Wow, that's a lot. This will help us with a whole bunch of things. And dwarves have a tendency to get possessed, or they'll want to build something, and if you have... Okay, that's a lot. Still want to go after the meat. Okay, so we're basically buying them out. I don't think we need plump helmets. I'm going to take all the leaves and fruit. Bronze corkscrews. Donkey cheese, yak cheese. Look at all that cheese. Sure. Give it to me. Where'd it go? Oh, I just didn't check it. Yeah, this is looking like a good trade. We'll just throw another one of these thousanders in there. They're making 1,800 profit off of us, and they're still not quite happy. You want them to leave happy, and I think that means, well, I think the green means happy. So we have created 8280 in dwarven currency value. So they're making a ton of money off of us here, and we didn't even trade all of our gems. Like, we're keeping all the good gems back. So this is like, here, you can have the trash. Give us everything you've got, roughly. And then we're taking all of our good gems back. You can have a few, just as a taster. Love it. Proceed. Did I do it? Oh yeah, they have. Here's all their gems. Okay. Groovy. And we got a whole bunch of picks. I don't really think we need more plump helmets. We'll just do one more trade. Here's single cut green zircons, and I'm offering that as a gift. Yeah, receive no payment. I'm good with that. All right, we're done, guys. Great job. Hey, Sub. Thanks for that. Super, super successful. This means a couple of things straight off the bat. Do we have all of our statues? We do not. So let's place that last statue. There's Elath, the first dwarf to perish, the mother of 4, and our 2 leaders. Yeah, this is an Alunite statue of Aesop Chased Lance. The item is an image of Aesop Chased Lance, the dwarf, and dwarves in Alunite by Kib Maturlith. Aesop Chased Lance is surrounded by dwarves. The artwork relates the appointment of the dwarf to the position of broker of the Mighty Anvils in early autumn of 41. So, memorializing that. Super cool. This is a well-crafted Alunite statue of Irish Rocks Twists, our expedition leader. Well-designed image of Irish, the dwarf, and dwarves in Alunite by Kib. Irish Rocks Twists is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the selection of the dwarf to the position of expedition leader of the Mighty Anvils in the early spring of 41, when the fortress was founded, when our outpost was founded. And then, of course, the artwork. This one is of Mebzith, of course, falling into Noshtath. The artwork relates to the mortal wounding of the dwarf Mebzith Guild Drinker in Anvilseal in the late autumn of 41. So this will be great because we basically have our statues set up. Let's go upstairs and let's put a checkbox on this stuff as well. Machines. We're going to make a windmill here. And we're going to use... What are these windmills made out of? Nether cap. And I won't have enough. Okay. So we'll make one in the center that's goblin cap. There we go. That'll put us over with 19 power to spare. And this whole thing will start grinding away. Now, one of the things that we won't see happen immediately, but it will happen, is we will need to elect or set up one of these as a pit/pond. And then we'll get this thing rolling. Oh, guys, that's great. So the power plant is done for the mist generator, at least. I don't know what other power we'll need. We might need more mechanical power. We'll find out as the fortress progresses. And the mist generator is going. We'll let these guys catch up a little bit. There's a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. 1, 2, 3 yaks, a horse, a stray water buffalo cow. Let's take a look at our creatures here. So I can milk the ewe, I can milk the yak. That's 2. And the water buffalo calf? Or water buffalo, I'm sorry, it's not a calf, it's a cow. So I think I can do 3 milkings. Milk animal. Let's bump that up to 3. And let's change this job so it's not spamming all of those failures. So the number I'm looking for is greater than 3 for the cheese. Prepare easy meal. Seems like we can do change this a little bit. Let's do this greater than 10 or greater than 9. So we get to 10. And then we're going to do a total of 9 meals. So we'll always leave one thing of food. Good. Okay. Happy with that. And you know, we haven't looked at these farms in quite a while. Just curious about something. So I go up here. Most of this is stone. They're cranking on the cut gems already. Oh, you know what? I need to do some stockpile management here because... well, I don't care about that. I do care about the bins. Let's put done here, and then let's do bins is going to be 4. Yeah. Hopefully we get a couple of bins that we can then use. Let's go ahead and do this pit pond. And designate this as the top of a pond. Citizens will bring buckets. You can see probably on your screen that how we've got these gears all twisting. So this means these pumps are active. You can see here on the machine, 140 power being produced and only 120 needed. So we're at a 19 mechanical power surplus. And here is all of our windmills putting 20 power out apiece. And then what we're going to see very, very shortly... These guys are still working. Still working. But what we're going to see very shortly is a need to kind of migrate some of this stuff away from this area. In fact... I might go as far to say... that we should move the dorm down here. And you might be wondering why. It'll make sense in a minute. So once the mist generator gets going, let's let them catch up a little bit here. There's been a lot of stuff that just happened. We had to install those statues. We've had to build the windmills. We'd have had to there's a lot of stuff going on in the pasture here. We've still got like digging that hasn't been done, so there's a lot of work that they can do. You notice the food number just like spiked pretty dramatically. We've got a ton of seeds, so yeah, we need to give them just a little bit of time here to kind of catch up, kind of work some of the tasks that we have here. You can see tons of store items in stockpile. We got seeds to plant. But yeah, we do need to move that dorm. We're going to move that downstairs. That trader's going to take off soon. So ultimately, I think that was a real big success. In fact, a terrific success, right? We've got... Let's make sure that there's actually labor for that fill pond. Fill pond! Oh, yes, and Mistim is working on it. Excellent. Excellent. Here we go. I hope I did this right. Jeez. It's been a while. Got the cloudberry buds coming up. Grinding away on this. Fantastic. Okay. Put some more floor in here. Ton of rhyolite now, and as you can see, this all just got taken out as well, which I was kind of expecting, so that's okay. Try and make this look as uniform as possible to start with. I'm also second guessing myself, like why am I adding more to the work right now? You kind of can't help it with this game, right? At some point, it's just like... Still doing fill pond here. Okay. Sometimes it takes a minute or two. Yep. It's looking good, though. And this is more than enough space for the farmers. In fact, we could probably build a guild hall up here as well. What I was hoping to be able to do... I have to go after those zircons, I suppose. The greed will get the best of me. What I was hoping to do here is... I might actually crank into this area just a little bit. See if I can find some soil. You can see that this is clay. It's not the best. It's not the best, but I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna have them get rid of this wall, get rid of this wall and this wall, and let's just see how far in we can go here. How much of this gives us clay, which is something we could plant underground crops on. And then we're just digging tunnels under there, right? Merchants are leaving. Oh yeah, look at meat and fish. Meat's back on the menu, boys. Okay. Oh. We might only have one bucket. But you can see... here's the effects of the mist generator right here. Look at this. And that's probably all we need. But okay, so we just had a dwarf. Where did he go? Where did he go? I swear he was right there. Oh, he's up here. Okay, let's take a look at this dwarf. Oh, this is our manager, Asub. Okay. He is relieved being near to a waterfall. You guys, this is like the magic key that helps your dwarves stay happy if you could do something like this. And if you haven't already figured it out, the plan here is to set up the pathing for this fort such that all of the traffic for our dwarves inside the fortress runs through this area right here. It's going to be incredibly congested, but every time a dwarf does a job that takes them through this area, whether it's down here or it's up into the pasture area to work here, it's all coming back through here, which means that these mists are going to give everybody a great mood, right? Let's take a look at Aiden. He didn't get hit with water yet. He might be... Let's just watch where he goes. Yeah, here he goes. Boom. Relieved, being near to a waterfall. So, like, this is... It's like the secret... The secret to dwarven happiness. Until, of course, they patch it. Who knows? So, we'll have them stop filling this up once it gets to 3, and then they won't have any more fill pond jobs here. But this will run for a long time before you actually have to add more water to it, which is great. You can see here's our bins of all this cloth. These stupid camels, man, I tell you what. Before we go into the next episode, what the heck? What just happened? What just collapsed? Oh no. So Alath, has taken over as the expedition leader. And we just had a cave-in. Oh no. He's unconscious. Oh no, something collapsed on the surface. Of course it did. What did I do? Oh dear. Oh, why am I so bad at this? I don't know what happened to this guy. He's horrified after seeing... Oh no. Oh no. It's like a curse. What just happened? Alath has become the expedition leader, and we lost our expedition leader. There must have been dwarves that were walking over... Are you injured? Okay, so he's not injured, but he got knocked out. I don't know how you... Okay, I don't know how you become unconscious without some type of wound, but I suppose it could happen in this game. All right. Where is the body of our fearless expedition leader? Oh no, it crushed a statue. Did we just, like, erase this dwarf? Whoops. It sure as hell seems like we erased a dwarf. Like, there's... Okay, so here's where it fell through. Okay, so the corpse hasn't fallen all the way through. Okay. Another dwarf. Another dwarf bites it. Wow. Rest in peace, Erish Idgim. Erish Idgim. Oh, that's horrible, you guys. Well, gosh. I don't even know what to say. Oh, that's just terrible. Like, we have this huge victorious moment where we've got our power plant going, our mist generators rolling. We've got our pasture enclosed. We've got a place for us to do farming. We're looking at maybe having some soil over here where we can plant and, you know, deconstructing this stuff. All right, well, we're going to do this. Oops. Don't walk on that stuff, guys. All right, so we'll finish the... Oh, man. You took a tumble there. Let's check your health. No health problems, no wounds. Okay. There's a giant one-humped camel that is fighting. Oh, it hit a camel! Oh, no! He's tough and strong, though. But it did knock him the heck out. Wow. Okay, well... And we put a giant hole in our fortress here. I mean, we were going to put... Let's be honest. We were going to put floor down on all of this eventually, so... It's not like it's a huge deal, but... It's definitely not... I don't need a reason to do that. Alright, so we need to do stone coffin. Coffin. Rock coffin. And then we need to find a tomb. We have to find a tomb for her. We have the body, so we don't really need to memorialize her up here with Mebzith. That scared me. However, I'm not sure. Let's consider this for a minute. This would actually be a pretty central place in the fort, right along this area here. Put her down here. Just trying to think of how I want to design this. Make a rock door. I'm gonna make it out of a lunite. Oh, heavy heart. That's really horrible. We'll use the lunite for the floors here as well. Wow. Like a year and a half in, and we're entombing our expedition leader, our first expedition leader. Oh, that's really sad. What's going on now? Okay. Yeah. Erish Idgim the Miner has been found dead, badly crushed. You can blame that one on me, too. I mean, honestly... Why are you still fighting? Dear God. Ugh. Yeah, she was going up here to go after the floor. To continue to fill this area in. That's monstrous. It's completely awful. Like a cobaltite slab. Well, it doesn't seem like I can get away from every time I record an episode, we have something that is done in very poor judgment and has some terrible, absolutely terrible ramifications for the dwarves. Which is just ugly. Stay off of those tiles, you guys. So sad. So sad. Just awful. The expedition leader. Rhyolite blocks. Okay, we don't have the doors going. There's a lunite door. I think it's a furniture is for the coffin. Yeah, burial. It's a rather plain tomb. Sorry, Irish. Well, you kind of know that this stuff is happening, right? It's going to happen. There's no two ways about it in a fortress. I do know how to spell expedition. We'll just say beloved leader. That seems fitting. And they've picked out the tomb for her. So they'll be recovering her body. dwarves will get back to work. Yep. At least she is entombed in a proper tomb. Okay, so this has gotten to 3. So our mist generator is doing well. I'm going to delete this pond zone. We don't need it anymore. Or at least for now. We might need it later. And here comes a wave of migrants. Some migrants have arrived. Okay, let's give them a chance to get onto the screen. Do we have 1, 2? Oh, dear. What? This is not a place for kids, okay? Okay, children are the lifeblood of any race. And dwarven children are no exception, but 6 out of 21, we're still at 25% children. 25% of the fortress is children. What is going on? All right, let's meet our new migrants, shall we? We have Cog Uderlicot. Cog values eloquence. You're in for a surprise. She's creative and impatient. Disdains sacrifice, good with language, and disdains peace. And she's a novice marks dwarf. An adequate gelder. This might be a military dwarf. She's 35. She's got 2 lovers and 2 children. I'm guessing she brought her children. Let's meet them. She only brought one of her children. She left Vebok, her only daughter, behind. So her only son has come with her. That's Reg. Likotacast. I'm doing the best I can here, guys. 14 years old. Young man, values cunning and cooperation. A good spatial sense. He's emotionally distant and yet anxious. And single-minded. And he's happy to help. We'll see. We'll see. How many chores are you going to do before you fall victim to boredom and depression? Welcome nonetheless, Reg. And we've got Solon Dusemerel. A little bit easier to pronounce his name. Did he just arrive? Let's find out. Sure as heck seems like it, although I don't see him in the list. So we'll come back to that family. Let's meet Seabrick de Tanthak. Oh, he's 39 years old, has 6 children. He's a talented mechanic, pump operator, and fluid engineer. I'm not sure what the fluid engineer job does. And a novice siege operator, which means he can shoot like ballistas and stuff like that. Values harmony, doesn't really care for friendship, fact-oriented, resists sickness, trusting, and curious. Interesting dwarf. Ah. And he has... Oh, interesting. This is cool. So he's brought 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a second. So Kadol. Okay, so his mother is not here. This is crazy because his older sister is our outpost liaison. So this is like not a royal family, but they're definitely up there. They're definitely in like we're somebody. Our family is somebody in the Tapered Irons. Like they're swinging their weight around. Let's go back to Seabrick. Ingish is their second eldest son, 15 years old. So like in 5 years, we're going to have basically another migrant wave, but it will just be people that have already been pretty much doing stuff in the fortress, which is nice. Dumat, he's probably weeks away. Like I can handle that. Reg we looked at, Kadol we looked at, Ingish I think we looked at, yeah, 15. dropping down to Vabok. 16 years old. It's not like we've got like 3 and 4-year-olds here. Dumat, 18 years old. Sorry, we just looked at him. It seems like there should be at least one more adult new arrival, so we're going to advance time just a tiny little bit. And then let's check again. Okay, yeah, Cog the Hunter is here now. Yes, okay, so he's part of this this small family. Although Reg is his only son. Did he just have a child with... Cog is the mother, I'm sorry. So, these two share a child, and they are migrating to Anvilseal, and yet... the father isn't listed as one of her lovers. Yet she migrates... that's... okay. There's something way more complicated that I don't understand there. I don't know what it is. I don't know if, I don't know if I want to know. Oh, dear. I don't know if I want to know. Let's do this. Oh. I'm going to cause another collapse if I don't do this right. Let's do some traffic here. Some traffic prevention. Don't walk on these things, guys. Okay? This is dangerous. We could cause another collapse if we're not careful. But, like, we might be able to dig... oh, dear. A lot of stuff happening towards the end of this episode, guys. Like... okay, so we got a little bit more. I don't think any of this is going to be worth it, though. We'll just do one more round for the road. Yeah, so this is just all... that's fine. Okay. Tetrahedrite. We might want to mine that out, but I'm not going to worry about it super right now. Wow. Okay. Well, did it again, didn't I? There they are. Oh, wait a second. They just keep coming. Dear God. Guys, we're not ready for this type of thing. We're definitely not ready for this type of thing. Oh my lord. Oh, okay. So the hunter is going to go do hunter things. I guess we're not taming the camels. He's shooting the camel. All right. All right. I think we're going to have camel meat for a long time. We're going to have a lot of camel meat. Let's say hello to Vukar Remkevish. We need to wrap this episode up. Welcome to the fortress. Welcome to the outpost, although 30 people, 30 dwarves is a lot. talented miner, stone crafter, novice bone doctor, talking with acquaintances, good with language, poor kinesthetic sense, values self-control. That's an odd trait to have on a miner. Weak, also odd. Musical and high social awareness. Somehow I feel like Vukar here might be in the wrong profession. I guess we'll find out. Up to 30. So we got 16. 16 new arrivals. They've already started working. I'm not even going to go through this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 out of 30. Children. All right. We need some more toys. Rock toy. Make a rock toy. Make me... That's probably too many. Make me 5. And let's make them out of granite because we have a ton of granite. Okay, that's going to help that. Let's find out what this hunter is doing. In fact, let's do... Take a look at the labors. You know what? I'm fine with it. You want to kill the camels, we're going to eat well for a while, and we just, like, doubled our population with mostly children. So there's going to be no problem with people doing hauling. Nobody does this. We've got 3 miners. Vukar, grab a pick. You're on the mining crew now. Enith, I think he's going to just stay as a brewer. A planter, a planter. We've got a cook there. If we had if we had bees on this map, Solon, I would definitely take you up on that. Thultig, you're now not a miner. Let's go planters. Where's Thultig? She's a novice. I can work with that, though. Fisher dwarves. Do we have anyone that can, like, kind of help on this? Like, in an ancillary way? Seabrick seems like a good choice. We don't really need plant gatherers. Everybody does this, that's fine. I don't want my brewer doing stone cutting. Don't need engravers right now. Everybody does this, and everybody does this. We might want to start playing with some work details here at some point, but I'm not gonna worry about that for now. One of the other things that we need to do is we've got a ton of construction, ton of building construction going on. We need to create another dorm. Like, I'm 99% sure. So let's go to, before we do that though, let's go to labor. Woodcutters. I'm gonna add another work detail right now. And I'm making a carpentry work detail right now because only selected do this. And then let's... Carpentry. The reason that I'm doing this now is because I want to see if there's anybody who has any carpentry skills in the fort. And our manager is really the only one. You're going to be busy for a little bit here, dude. I want you to make some beds for us. So I've got 1 bed in the hospital. Okay, you're fine. 1, 2, 3. I got 7 beds. So 8 beds total. We're probably pretty close, so let's just make 5. I want to see 5 more beds. And then what we're going to do is we are going to put a dormitory right here. And we will put the new beds into this dormitory. And there'll be more than enough beds in that dormitory, by the way. And then we will move the beds from here downstairs, and there's just going to be... You know what? Actually, it's going to need to be a little bit bigger here, I think. Yeah, there we go. Then everyone sleeps downstairs, and they come up through here. They get hit with the mists. They get happy. I just want to see where this camel is. Where's our hunter? Cog, where are you at? Tired. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, you are marshaling those camels around. Pew, pew, pew. Oh, that one's almost dead. Oh, you know what else it needs to happen? Before I forget. I think we're going to need a butcher shop. I just, something tells me we're going to need a butcher shop. Oh, dear. No, it's not clothing and leather. It's workshops, farming. Let's do a butcher. Right there. Rhyolite. And then that's probably not the right place to put that, but we'll put a... You know what? Actually, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this with what we like to call the right way. Cancel that. Workshops. Farming. Butcher. You can go right here. Make it out of rhyolite blocks. Farming. And we're going to need a tanner as well. Rhyolite blocks. I'm going to go back into my labors here because there was some standing orders about automating butchers. Yep. Do not automate kitchen, and we'll automate the tannery for now, just so I don't have to think about it. What that will do is that will give us, hopefully, whatever cog kills. Well, it's going to, we'll be able to butcher it. We'll have some camel meat. I think those camels are not long for this world with Cog running around on the map, unless I tell her to stop hunting. And honestly, like with double the number of mouths to feed, we weren't in a lot of danger, but, hey. It is what it is. Okay, folks. We have run it just a little bit long. And I think we've done enough damage to Anvilseal for today. So I'd like to thank you for joining us today. And if you're still here, thanks for watching all the way towards the end. Next time we will continue our adventure here and see how all of our new arrivals are doing. See if the mist generator is going to do what it is that we hope and vastly improve our moods. And, of course, just say a little rip for Erish, our first expedition leader. I am truly sorry. And that'll do it for us, folks. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.